What's up, Gina? Hi, everyone. Trying to wait for my cousin. We're trying to make this work for he and I. How? Trying to wait for my cousin. We're trying to make this work for he and I. How are you? Good morning or good afternoon for those who are on the East Coast. Good morning. Good morning. What I said? How did I say?
Like, you can't be rough with your stuff.
And everyone, hi. Let's see if my cousin is here. Welcome in. Anyway, hi everyone. My name is NaKeesha, and this is Nuka. That's not his real name, but this is Tiny Boss, and we're your belief workers. And today we are going to talk about. We're going to have a conversation with my cousin, my very first cousin, and I'm just kind of waiting for him to pop on so I can just invite him over, and we can go from there. Let me share this with him. Give me 1 second, y'all. I just got off the phone and he's like, see you in 20 minutes. And then my jokers. Hey, hey, what's up, my friend? A nightly elder, how are you? Oh, wait, he's not here. Welcome in, Trina. Welcome in, everybody. I really don't know if you guys can hear me or not. I have no idea. I don't know if you guys can hear me. But welcome in, everyone. We're talking about your beliefs and how your beliefs can change who you are and how your beliefs can actually be the thing that holds you back. So, while we wait for my cousin to come through, because literally I just got the phone with him. While we wait for my cousin to come in, during on this page, what we talk about is your overall well-being. Welcome in, Chrissy. Hey, Gatekeeper 378. What's up, Christine? Hey, Bulin Jabam. Ooh, I just messed up your name, but welcome in. Hey, Chrissy. We talk about how your beliefs from generations back can be the very thing that holds you up. And the best way for me to share with you guys how your beliefs from generations back could kind of hold you up, I usually do a class. And I probably will end up doing a class at noon, my time, 3 Eastern Standard Time. But we usually talk about how the generations in your family holds beliefs that hold you back, that are holding you back. And so one of the first people that I did a one-on-one session with was my cousin, and he should be in here in a little bit. My very first cousin, and he is the eldest cousin in our family on my dad's side. And he and I were talking about certain things genetically between the two of us that may be holding or has been holding us back. There you go. What's up, cousin? Just the two of us. You and I. All right, look up. Thank you. Sing, baby. You and I. I love it. Just the two of us. Okay, cousin, you gotta go online first.
Just the three of us. We can make it.
All right, Keisha, you have to go online. So go to your page. What I tell you, baby?
You can make it anytime.
No, go live. Go live on your page. Don't invite yourself. Don't invite. Go to your page. Go to like your posting, and then on the side it'll say go live. That way you can co-host, so we can see if we can get this on video for both of us. So I hope you guys enjoy this conversation with the cousins, the Hazes, part of them. Can you please?
That's the two of us.
Y'all, this is my Velcro child.
We can make it anytime.
I told him I have to work, and then he wants to start doing all this stuff. Dude, leave me alone. I love it though.
We can make it anytime. This is two of us. We can make it every Friday. It's the two of us. We can make it every Friday. There's some two of us. We can make it every time. There's some two of us. We can make you and I. And this one two of us.
Welcome in, Jose. Oh, Josie. Hey, you gotta listen to her. Hold on, y'all. Let go of me. Let go of me.
You're going somewhere. You're going somewhere. You're going somewhere.
We're having a little bit of technical difficulties. When I see that he's on, we'll. We're having a little bit of technical difficulties. When I see that he's on, we'll get him on here. He doesn't have. He doesn't have access. Oh man. All right, so that's not gonna work. That's so weird. Show out. No. What's up, Speaks? How are you? Go get it. Welcome in, everyone. Y'all, give me 1 second. Well, that was complicated.
Oh, now you gonna bring me. I'm over here going live on my own page looking like a knucklehead. People jump. I had 9 people jumping in like, "Yo, what's up?" I'm like, "I don't know what's up." I'm trying to figure out what it is. I'm
Hey,
on
cuz
live
I'm
on my page. They're
sorry.
like, "Click below," and I'm like, "I'm clicking."
I was trying to connect you, but it wouldn't let me. It said you didn't have
And
access.
now you can't see me, right?
Yeah, so what you need to do is there you.
Man, you got
Hey,
me out here for
handsome.
nothing. Like I'm holding to something. Like I'm trying to connect.
you
I'm
is
like,
you
I don't
is
know what's going
GX.
on. Something happened.
You is GX.
Hey, watch yourself. Watch yourself. Let's come with flavor, baby. I'm almost ready. I gotta
I got you.
get my audio back.
So, welcome in, you guys. We got past the technical difficulties. This is one of my primos, one of my very dearest primos. Um, yeah, that's you. And we are always in converse. We're always conversing between the two of us. I'm always sharing with him. He's always sharing with me. We're always sparring with each other. He's the one that makes me better. He's the one that makes me even greater. He's always the one pushing me and telling me, "Hey, you with these Jesus miracles, you doing
Real
Jesus
talk.
miracles out here. You better get paid."
Let's
So
go.
whenever I'm talking about that, I'm talking about him.
Sorry, I'm just you good. I'm just making sure my mics are good. Hold on. I'll be having like 9 mics going at the same time. That doesn't work too well. Go ahead, cousin. I'll figure out my piece. Oh, I can't hear you. That's what it is. Hold on. Say something now. Okay, I don't hear you.
Can you hear me now?
I can hear you now.
Can you hear me now?
I can hear you now.
Can you hear me now? Okay. My mic was off.
That's okay. Mine is
My mic was off.
Oh. Talk to
Oh, the
me.
joker died.
Even if I don't
Hold
get
on.
mine good, we good. We on. I'll figure mine out. Oh, there we go. There we go. All right, cool.
No, my mic died.
Now, may I want something else?
Yes.
Okay.
What's up,
Thank you for
young
asking. Uncle Cousin Keith said, "What's up?"
What it do?
Nuke,
man?
nuke.
What it do? What it do? What it do?
Nuke. Nuke. Nuke.
Why I said.
He can't hear you. He focused on one
All
sentence.
right, cool. We good. Sorry. Welcome.
All right, cool. No worries.
I brought snacks.
You didn't bring nothing for me. What's up, Cat Eye Young?
I want that one.
The
That one.
that one with the gummy bears.
All right, I'm
Okay.
ready. No,
All right, so
like sis, I'm not having
Huh?
gummies. I'm not having gummies.
No. You know how your nephew cousin is.
Yeah.
Welcome in, everybody. My name is NaKeesha, as I stated before. My full name is NaKeesha Hayes. I am a Hayes baby. And I wear that with pride. I'm part berry, and I'm also a Hayes. I hold space for that space. And this is my cousin Marquise, and we are coming together to have a conversation and to share our ideas. Thank you so much for the likes and the loves. Make sure you share this out to all the people that you rock with. We want them to come into. Normally, we talk about genetic healing, and we talk about getting down to the root of your issues pertaining to beliefs. And my cousin actually he was one of the first people that did a one-on-one session with me. And from that point, we've kind of like gotten a little bit deeper when it comes down to our ideas of spirituality. We've always had these conversations since I was in my 20s.
We want to give them a taste of what we do.
That part. Right.
Y'all don't understand. We do that. We would call each other on the phone and do that just for fun. Hello.
Just for fun. Yeah. How can I set my appointment? Girl, honey, all you need to do is go to the link in my bio and click on that link, and then it'll take you directly to books and book sessions. You click there and you book your one-on-one session with me. Okay. Thank you for asking. And if it doesn't work, let me know, because TikTok sometimes plays around with the link. So yeah. But he's done a one-on-one session. But before that, he and I have always had this connection, because for a time before Isha Free came, I was the baby cousin and he's the oldest. So then we had Isha Free, who popped up 13 years after I was born. And our family has been connected even strongly ever since then. So when we talk about genetic beliefs, and when I did his one-on-one session, it was very weird because we share blood, we share family. And so for me to see someone in our family took a big, strong hold on me, because not only was I changing my beliefs, even internally, I was changing a family member's belief, which affects me inadvertently, which was so weird. I saw my grandpa, which was different. I was like, I think that's Grandpa Hayes, and it was just like, it connected us even on a different level. And I did like 3 of my family members, and literally I could feel my entire body completely change in so many ways, because not only were we affecting our generations connectively and collectively, we were affecting our own families on extended. So we went down to not just the root of the problem, we got the trunk. We got to the root, then we got to the trunk, and now we're here. But we've always had this conversation between the both of us on spiritual growth and spiritual development. Mm-hmm. So we're going to dive in. And if you have any questions, if you have any questions, put them in the comments. If you have any comments, put them in the comments. We are here and sharing our knowledge, and through sharing our knowledge, our goal is to help you. So, Marquise, you're going to formally introduce yourself as who you are and all the things that you do, so it can make it a little bit easier for everybody to understand like your point and where you stand. So you got it, cousin.
That's what I was like. Which part you want me to introduce? And you're like, all of it. All right, cool. So my name is Marquise Martin Hayes. I help people discover how amazing they already are by removing barriers spiritually, physically, and mentally. What that looks like is a whole host of things. I'm a union actor. I am the co-founder of Just Juice, what used to be the number one juice brand in Chicago, founder of a new water company coming out. I am the founder of The Final Fitting, where we help brides and grooms get in shape and look great for that amazing day coming up. I also am a keynote speaker. I have the privilege and opportunity to speak all over the place, coming up in New York next month. I also have the opportunity to train CEOs, leaders, and supervisors all around the world on how to communicate more effectively. At the end of the day, all of that and things I didn't tell you about center around how do I help people fully show up? That's the core of who I am, and the core of what it's looked like has been this sense of self-awareness. We're going to get into that at some point, but I'll tell you this. According to research, only 10 to 15% of people are actually self-aware. And of that 10 to 15%, only 5% live it. I used to say what that means is 95% of us are fake, phony, and trying to figure it out. But I was corrected by a good spirit friend of mine. She said, that's not true. I'm like, you're right. It's more like this. Hey, is it okay if I be me? Is it okay? Oh, it's not okay? Okay, then I'll just do corporate me. I'll act like everybody else needs me to act so I don't get fired, so that people like me, etc., etc., etc. Or it looks like, I'm keeping it real. I'm keeping it real. So back off me. When in reality is you're operating from hurt, but you're projecting like you're whole. The point is, only 5% of us are self-aware. And that's extremely scary, because that means the peer pressure of 95% makes it easy, makes it difficult for us to stay in that world. But it also makes it easy for government and others who want to control us to manipulate and do whatever they want us to do, i.e. right now in this election series. Without getting into politics, neither one is talking about, so why y'all still poisoning our food? When are we going to get health care that actually takes care of everyone? When are we going to stop getting into war? No one's talking about the things that really make a difference for me and for you in a way that will transform who we are. Who's campaigning on mental health and mental wellness? I don't know. So this self-awareness, it is imperative that we don't get it from a governmental perspective, because then they can tell us what to do. But it's imperative for us to fully live. I'll leave one last quick note, which I'm sure we'll get into. Our need to chase the bag has derailed us from existing from who we actually are. Because we've associated who we are with the bag. Oh, and I love money. I'm cool with money in its rightful place. But outside of that, I am me and you are you. And your true value is innate apart from all of those things. But we've been so disassociated, we chase all those things. Meanwhile, what the scripture says, what does it profit a man to gain the whole world and lose his soul? 95% of us are chasing the world, and most of us won't even get it. Actually, according to research, 95% of us won't even get that. So now what are we doing other than being on the hamster wheel of life? That's the introduction. Good morning.
Good morning, good afternoon for you, cousin. Y'all, this is my cousin. And these are the conversations that me and him always have. Yeah. Always. And to hit towards your point, when it came for me, because he knows this story, when I worked at the stock brokerage firm in Dallas, Texas, I was literally working. I had a master's degree. I bust my butt just to get the master's degree. Like literally, I was working from 6 a.m. I would leave my house at 6 a.m., wouldn't come back till about 10, 11. And then I would work on my master's degree from 11 to 1 a.m. And I did that for over 2.5 years just to get my master's. Once I got my master's, the most that I ever made was 55K. That was the most I ever made. And so when I was on the TRE, because if you in from Dallas and you know, when I was on the TRE, I was looking at all of these skyscrapers and thinking about how all of these business people only have an eighth grade education. These men only have an eighth grade education at most, and they are making a ton of money. But I went to master. I got my master's in business administration, and I'm barely pulling it together. And then when I was working at the stockbroker's firm, right? I was putting in all these hours, and I felt so grimy because it was a brothel to me, a full brothel. I was always being exploited, always being exploited. My femininity was always being used as a key for people to get more out of me.
Mm.
It was a choice. And every day that I came to work, I had to make that choice. Do I want to live or do I want to exist? And existing was my issue because I found myself at this beautiful desk looking out this large window that I saw every day. No, baby. That I saw every day, every single day. And I had to make the decision on that day. I was like, do I want what these eighth grade educators have? What's up, medical? What's up, T Talk? Do I want what these eighth grade educators have? Or do I want to continue to exist knowing that I have my master's degree at
Mm-hmm.
the age of 26
Mm-hmm.
and I'm not doing anything with it?
Mm-hmm.
That was almost 15 years ago. What's up, DJ? That was almost 15 years ago. That's when I walked away from my job and I said, I can't do it anymore. I can't. I cannot do I am created here for a purpose. I am created here to help people. And I'm not helping anybody if I'm stuck with the rich. If I'm stuck with the rich doing the rich things, not no pun against rich people.
No,
But
no.
there's a difference. Yeah, there's a difference when it's rich and greedy and rich and empowering. And I want it to be rich and empowering.
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm. Yeah, that's where we come from. Empowerment. Empowerment. So when we have that space, we know what to do with it. We move with it. We understand it has purpose. I've been recently, I want to tap into one with you in terms of like validating your experience, your conversation around them having education. I didn't know it was that low, which is fascinating. But I was speaking in Frisco recently, and the gentleman who used to be the former CEO of 7-Eleven and brought it out of bankruptcy talked about how one company he was working for, there was a gentleman who was the CFO of the company, CFO. And it was a CFO, yeah, CFO or operations officer, one or the other. And he would get into these arguments occasionally with people where he would get extremely irate. He never knew why, couldn't figure it out. And then one day it happened again. Shortly thereafter, a day or two, he came into the CEO's office crying. I'm so embarrassed. He's like, what's wrong? He's like, I need to talk to you. I'm so embarrassed. He goes, what? He says, I don't know how to read a budget sheet. He's baffled. What do you mean? He's like, I've always had somebody on my team that could read it for me. So it was like, how did you get to that position in a corporation in your field and not have a baseline skill? So it happens. It happens. It is what it is. But now we find ourselves here, sorting through what we have, what's valuable, and discovering in reality, none of it matters until you understand you, where you come from, which then gives you the ability to tap into who you are, which then starts to create waves and start to create changes, i.e. your life. Your journey over the last few years has been remarkable, and I've watched you transform. And we're very hard on each other in a loving way. We don't yell at each other. We don't fuss at each other, but we hold each other very humble.
We're earth signs. Okay? We're earth signs. He's a Taurus. I'm a Virgo. So we're always sparring with each other in the most healthiest way to make each other better.
Yeah.
Like he's always telling me, cousin, you need to increase your prices. You need to increase your price. See, look.
Listen, if you're in the chat, which I'm sorry, the way they build these phones now, I can't see the chat and see the screen at the same time, so I'm not doing it. If you've been in a session with her, what I'm trying to help y'all understand is this. She's over here charging some old measly half price massage rate thing, and I'm like, what are you doing? Do you not understand who you are? Do you not understand what you're doing? Do you not understand the value of what you bring to a person's life? She literally has the capacity, according to your faith, to transform the trajectory of your now and your future while healing your past all in 1 hour. I'm not making this up. Watch the testimonies. Go view them. Because what we don't realize is, the gentleman was telling me the story the other day. You know, there's an old man and there's a young man. They both have an axe. They're both chopping down the tree. The young man's wailing. He's getting it. And he would see the old man would take breaks often. He would not be working so hard as the young man. And when they finish, they both chop the tree. They both end up doing it at the same time. The young man said, how in the world did you, with all the breaks you took, catch up with me with knocking down the tree? The old man said, while you were chopping away, I was sharpening my axe. What NaKeesha does is help you sharpen your axe so you can stop living life aimlessly, which is hard work. As everyone said, you gotta work hard. No, you don't. What you need to do is be precise. What you need to do is be intentional. But when you don't know yourself, when you don't know what's blocking you, it's excruciatingly difficult. And you're like the young man, hard work, which is a westernized lie to keep you distracted from doing what? Taking breaks so you can go within and sharpen your axe. The work that NaKeesha does, that's why I said it's like Jesus' work. She's just walking around helping people go 180, 90 degrees, 360. Oh! And when that pineal gland opens, when your spirit opens, and now you see through those lenses versus these ojos, everything changes. So when you watch her testimonies, that little half-rate massage practice price made 0 cents. Working with her, you have the capacity on this year to still make a couple 10 grand before the year ends. Like, that's how revolutionary her work is, because most of us don't realize it was never supposed to be hard. It's only hard because you can't see. And you believe what you've been told. You, of course, believe what you've been told because you haven't heard from within in a long time. She helps clear the space for that so that you can hear again and truly live as you are. Check out the comments. I see hearts. Yeah, I have to break. I've been working.
No, I got you. So, cousin, you're going to need to slide right. So use your finger to slide right. Use your fingers, slide right. You should be able to see the comment. There you go. Do you want to see that?
My slide right says for you and a bunch of videos.
Okay, so this slide left for you. It should be like a whole bunch of comments. You should be able to see those clearly.
And the other one says
really?
live.
Are you on your iPhone? Are you on your own? Are you on your iPhone?
I am.
Oh, see, there you go. That's where you went wrong.
That's what it is. All right, we good. That's what it is. All right.
I need to hurry up and book before the price goes. Girl, just see.
No, you don't understand. The work she's doing, she could easily charge $5,000 an hour. That's not an exaggeration. So y'all seen the video, right? I wish I had it in front of me. A bottle of water in the grocery store is $2. A bottle of water at the movie, $10. A bottle of water at the airport, $20. It's the same bottle of water. It just depends on where you get it. She's moving to CEO, supervisor, corporation, organizational leader status. So yeah, her price has to go up because she only needs to deal with people who are serious about transforming where they are trying to go somewhere. This is not your nice fortune teller. Oh, and by the way, I have some reader friends who are dope. You understand what I'm talking about though? This isn't a good luck charm. This is life transformation that can impact your generations. And that is why her price has to go up. I'm gonna keep it real. It doesn't make sense for her to have to ask for anything on TikTok while she's walking through when she's giving gold to people. That's just what it is. But we've been so conditioned and just be humble and you just give and just help people. When the reality is we can't help anyone if we can't help ourselves. As a matter of fact, we are supposed to give from our overflow, not our need. So she has to, and I'm gonna keep holding her accountable, but she's holding me accountable too. And I've drastically changed my rates for some of the things that I offer because I know what it creates on the backside. So they're either gonna do one or two things. They're gonna pay the rate up front or they're going to give me a percentage. Either way works, but it's just what it is. And that's why it's so important for you to discover you, because you shouldn't be discounting you. You know what it took to make you? Y'all who follow her, y'all watched her journey. You saw what she went through. She's platinum. She's diamond. She's gold. She's ruby. So she has to. Because that is what comes from behind who she is when she works with people. It's not, oh, I just learned something. Let me teach you. No. It's pain. It's pressure. It's experience. It's passion. It's wisdom, it's spirit, it's God nature coming through her, freeing people. And this is why she'll be elevated to work with people who won't mind shelling out because they understand 1 hour with her will change their entire organization, will change their bottom line, will change their profit margin. And that's why we all have to show up in our own strength. She doesn't need to talk about who has more, who's not giving. No, she just needs to shine in what she is and who she is. So if you haven't booked, that's okay. You just have to find a payment plan or a credit card to book her later. That's up to you. It just depends on how bad you want your life. It's not NaKeesha on TikTok. It's not Black Cherokee One Tribe on TikTok. Now we're talking about God moving through a woman, transforming lives so they can get the life they've never had, but the one they were intended to live. Go ahead, cuz.
I mean, and the reason why it brings me to so much tears, because this is my cousin, and my cousin has seen me go through a lot of stuff. Like he's my fallback. If I don't have anybody, I have him. Like just even if in our basic conversations, he has watched me go through all of this. And for him to say the things that he say, it means so much to me because he's known me since I was born, and he's watched me grow up and I've watched him grow up. We watched each other grow up together. And y'all know, like when it's your big cousin, I've always admired him. He's my big cousin, you know what I'm saying? And it's like, to see this man who has preached to millions, right, collectively, who's inspired people collectively, as a group, as a unit, and for him to see me in a different space other than his baby cousin, it says so much. It says so much. And I never want to be in the position where, I'm tooting my own horn. That's never been me. That's never, even the fact that I have a master's degree, folks don't even know that until I say it. Nobody really knows until I say it because I don't want, thank you. I don't want people, I love you too, baby. I don't want people to think of me as unapproachable because I'm here for people.
Mm-hmm.
And I don't want people to have this stereotype of me that I'm this, that, and the other when I'm human just like everybody else. I've walked through the story. I walk through all of these things with people. I'm no different than anyone else. I am no different. I
love
just
it.
apply myself in a different way. That's it.
Yeah.
But everybody has their own journey. I respect everyone's journey. I respect where people are because where you are is where you want to be. And that's what me and my cousin were talking about. Where you are is where you want to be. If you want to change who you are, you need to start looking at the ideas of what you can do to change it. And it's my hope to be one of those people that helps change your life. Like for real. Because I never want to see people in the space where I was. I never want to see, and I get it, because the journey that I had to take was the journey that I needed to take.
Yeah.
To learn, to grow,
Yeah.
and to have my cousin with me the entire journey has made it so much helpful. Even with my baby, he's giving me tools. Being, do you see who's on TV? Who's that?
Mama.
Oh,
No,
buddy.
you see, okay, he said, "Hey, buddy."
Yeah.
Mama.
But I wanted to make sure I brought him up.
Mama.
Wanted to make sure I brought him up so he can. That's that's Uncle Cousin Keith. All right, so let's go through these comments. Let's see what y'all got. Preferably both front, back, and all right, here we go.
Hold on, Novocaine.
He's speaking truth to face. He said, "Come on, get up off me, baby. Thank you. I need to hurry up and book before the prices go up." Yes, JC. Just CC. What'd she say?
Mama.
He's speaking truth, facts on facts on. Thank you, Gina. So true, that part. Thank you, T. Welcome to the tribe. True Just World. Welcome to the tribe. Welcome in, Unique. Preferably both front and back end. Love it. Big Jim, Big Jewel. I love it. Thank y'all.
While you're going through that, I want to know what we're going to talk about. There was no plan or anything. It's just what's showing up. And I like what Meta, I'm not sure the full name, Meta said, bump the degree, you're a real life master in life. This is hour with you is a personal masterclass about your life. Not some course, not some target, about your life. If you ever, those of you guys watching, if you ever get the chance, read the book, The Psychology of Money. And what you will realize is that the people that we idolize, they were at the right place and right time. They were lucky. Lucky. Meaning they're not brighter, they're not smarter. They were just lucky and present in the moment they were in and happened to be at the right place at the right time. Your greatness, whatever that's supposed to be, your abundance, can only come to you, not through your hard work. That's the hard work that you'll get and you'll die of a stroke. A good friend, a friend associate of mine died 2 days ago of a heart attack.
Unalived.
My apologies, I'm not used to it.
It's all good. It's TikTok. It's not Instagram. I got you.
Working hard instead of working from who he was. It's just an invitation for your life to finally start working versus trying to work what someone else told you to do. Go ahead. Keep going in the comments. You good?
I'm reading as we go on. So Meta Michael he's like a haze.
I just found him today, or he just found me.
I call him a princess, so I'm gonna talk to you about a princess. But no, I mean, basically today was pretty much okay. The work to survive will still all the joy in your spirits, and I see it in everyday people. I see it every day in people's faces. Okay, so my understanding when it comes down to work is the same understanding that I've always noticed when it comes down to spirituality and your levels, right? When it comes down to work and a job, right? Everybody's not created to be an entrepreneur. That's not what everybody is created to be. So I look at it as levels. Some days we come into work and we work our jobs. And while we work our jobs, we learn the skill, we learn the technique, we learn the environment. And then when it's time for us to move, that grace will leave us and we're forced to look for something else. It's the same thing. Yeah, it's the same thing that happens with your spirituality. Again, I always say that you have to be mind, body, and spirit. All of those things come together. So when you're at a regular day-to-day job, it's kind of like the Matrix when everybody's just living their life. Some people don't want to they don't want to get out of the what is it? Bliss. What is that? The term for that again, cousin?
Ignorance is bliss.
Ignorance is bliss. People want to stay ignorant because it requires a responsibility to step out.
Yeah.
It requires a responsibility to step out. Yeah. And sometimes, like for me, I walked away from my 9 to 5 at the stockbroker's firm. I never made that much money in my life. I was bringing in I was 25 years old, 25, 26, and I was bringing in bonuses on top of bonuses on top of bonuses. I was about to buy a house. I was going to do all these things. And this was right before Katrina. And I had the urgency the urge to walk away from your job. You don't need this job. Mm-hmm. And that's a hard feat because some of us are looking at the responsibilities and the requirements and what's holding us in our space. So I never put, the soul spoke, exactly. I never put anybody in a position where you have to walk away from your job unless you are one with that decision. Mm-hmm. That's very hard. It's a very hard space.
Yeah. Part of that too, because I would add is I saw the struggle to survive. Let me touch that. I don't know anyone here, so I'm not speaking from an angle. Part of why there's a struggle to survive is because we've lived someone else's life. We've taken on someone else's standards. We've bought into the lie of what the American dream is. We bought into the lie of the culture. I gotta have this, I gotta have that. And then we'll see immigrants come with nothing and thrive over time. I have several friends who have thrived over time, multiple homes, etc. It's because they didn't come, they weren't brainwashed with what, unquote, is supposed to be. Instead, they came with, this is who I am, this is all I got, and nothing else matters other than my ability to survive until I thrive. So to your point, like similarly, like with walking away from a job, nothing's wrong with a job if that's what's for you. Even in your job, minimize your lifestyle, get back to what really matters and not what keeping up the Joneses is all about. That's been the hype the whole time. That's one of the reasons why America's in so much trouble. We've overlived for a standard so that someone else feels good about us instead of us feeling good about us with whatever we have or don't have. Do that, number one. Then number two, book an appointment so you can find your escape path. Because your spirit still wants you to live and be fully manifested. It still wants it for you. But if you keep your system clogged like pipes in a home, you'll never have full flow in your life. And you'll wonder why God abandoned you. God never abandoned you. You abandoned you. And we've all done that in one way or another. And it's the abandoning of ourselves that we go blame somebody else for. Mm-mm. While it might not be your fault, now that you know, it is your responsibility to change if you want the life you say you want. Is it easy? No. Is it worth it? Imagine waking up feeling good just because you're alive. Not worried about nothing. Free on the inside, free on the outside. And whatever work looks like, that's fine, it's work. But it doesn't control you. It doesn't drive you. It's what you get to do, and you feel great about it. That and more or whatever you define full self-expression, freedom, and peace as, is available when you do the work. And she's a shortcut. She's a hack. You still got to do it. She's a hack to get you there. You go to business school to learn business, although you learn real business when you're in business for real. That's a different conversation. We're going to talk about that another time. But she's that master class for your personal life, for your spirit to jump to the next level. And it's that transformational process that increases the value, that keeps driving the price. Not because, well, I just want to drive the price. No, she has a child. She has a vision. She has a company. She has a life. And her time to do this one aspect of her life is going to shrink. So therefore, she only has time for clients who are on a larger scale. Everybody else will get a course. Nothing's wrong with the course. It's not the same, but it's a course. You'll have access to get her at a cheaper rate at a course. And you'll be in the course and you'll get some transformation, but you'll be thinking, what if I really bet on me for real? And that's what's available. Anyway.
So Meta says, been programmed since birth. That's the thing. Like for a lot of us, we have been programmed since before birth. When I talk about our class, this is what my cousin and I were talking about. We're going to dive into the theta wave in a little bit, cousin, okay? What we had, the previous conversation that we had. But we've been programmed since before birth. I talk about the 4 belief systems, and this is just a spinoff of saying the same thing that I say in class. So we're in session. So we have your core belief, which is what you believe in. That's your choice. But we have these other beliefs that were formed before you were even thought of. We have your genetic beliefs. Your genetic beliefs is coming from your family members. Your family members were here long before you got here. Then we have your historic beliefs. And that was the laws put into place in which our family members had to grow through. They had to create traditions from. And from those traditions were passed on from generation to generation to generation. And then we have our soul's belief. Your soul is the number 4, right? Your soul has lived this life several times over and has had soul fragments. And once you were born, that's when all of those beliefs came into practice, minus the core belief. Your core belief wasn't really developed until after those three beliefs are already put in formation, which forms your subconscious. And by forming your subconscious and you're growing through that, you have things that have locked inside of you that you don't even know about that are holding you back. Your core knowledge is, I'm going to do this, that, and the other. But your belief system is saying, no, that ain't going to happen because we already know what happened in our DNA. The 62 people that are locked in your DNA, we already know those 62 people. We know their journey, and their journey walks with you. So you're telling me that you're going to be the curse breaker, the generational curse breaker, but you don't know what's holding you up? Like, this stuff has been programmed before we were born. I love the comments though, Meta. I love it. Keep it coming. All right, so you got anything to say about that, cousin?
You.
Go ahead.
In the book, The 4 Agreements, Dan Miguel Ruiz says, you don't believe what you believe. For all the stuff you think you believe on this planet, that's my belief. I know because I felt something. I believe. You don't believe what you believe, baby. Let me tell you why he said that. He said, because you've never had the opportunity to look at other opposing views with the same level of intensity, time, research, and experience to make a choice. Instead, all the beliefs she just described has framed your belief on, quote, so you don't believe it. You've been indoctrinated and you don't even know it. As a matter of fact, when you slow it down, it's crazy to think that you believe anything because everything is an experience in ever-evolving truth. But when you're not aware of that, you lock in to what worked for the ancestors. You lock in that worked for the trauma. You locked in that worked for the church, the synagogue, and the mosque. as solo truth, as if the creator could be captured in any aspect of our imagination. And then we live from that, not knowing we have been duped and not having access to the spiritual nature, that belief, that identity she talked about, that is you. It's been stuffed down and you don't have access to it because of all the garbage, all the trash that's been around talking about what you believe. Cultural, spiritual, familial, educational, all Americanized, westernized. We've been so inundated with other stuff. I didn't say truth, I said stuff that we've latched on to. And if you don't believe me, here's a good example. It obviously won't apply to everybody. But think about your favorite sports team. If they win the championship, you're so excited, you're in tears, you're drinking and partying. If they lose, you're crying, you're sad and depressed. What? What? Think about that. Like, how, what, huh? How do we tie a deep emotion to something that's not even ours? That's all part of that indoctrination stuff. So until you can come to grips with, hold on, everything needs to be questioned until I discover truth within me, then you'll continue down a rabbit hole that can only go so far. Because you're talking some good stuff, I just had to jump in there because that was.
Oh no, you should, as you should, because this is what we do. All right, and then Dina says, "A word you abandon you. Wow, such a word. Yes, primo. Speak it out. I love it. Meta, yes. Key 33 keys. Right, that part. Got some hand claps. We need the cousins on more often. I got you. I got plenty of them. I got you. Bring them to the cookout. Hey, I'm gonna invite them. That part. I booked with NaKeesha Saturday. It hasn't been a week since my session, and my life is changing fast. Thank you so much for that. Thank you so much for that, T. Greatly appreciate it. Same here, Meta. I feel incredibly good, deeply, and as it should be. Even Mama D, our referral, is receiving big changes. Let's go. I love it. All right. Y'all make sure you guys follow my cousin. I've been trying to get him on TikTok for the longest. Wow. Right. It has nothing to do. It has absolutely nothing to do with us. Welcome to the tribe, 33 Keys. Welcome in. Thank you so much for the gifts. So I'm just making sure we read through all of the gifts.
Yeah, you're good. I'm looking at chargers, making sure my stuff stay going.
So my number one thing that I deal with when it comes down to your brain waves, and the number one brave, this is pretty much the session revamp. So it's class. Because as a teacher, we have to. I was taught that we have to say what we normally say at least 200 times before the people get it, and you say it at least 200 times before. In different ways, but you're saying the same thing in different formats. Yeah. But in every aspect, everybody gets it eventually. So this is I think, no, I'm just playing.
No, this makes sense. I mean, that's why Coca-Cola spends over $1 million. No. I think it's over $1 billion annually on advertising. Because that's so true. Repetitive nature programs the subconscious. Go ahead.
Yeah. So, so we have been inundated with all of these programs, meaning we've been inundated by all of these things that has happened to us in our lives consistently that we don't know about. And during the development of our subconscious mind, those things have been programmed every single day. So when we're growing up, like my son, after 200 times, he understands it. After seeing his mommy do certain things 200 times, he understands it, right? So this stuff is deep, deep, deep down inside of us because we understand it after 200 in children, right? But what I like to talk about is the sweet spot wave. And I always tell everybody there's a sweet spot wave, the theta wave. Your theta wave is the wave that I particularly work on. And what I do is I get you connected to the God space. I call that your God, your inner God strand. Because me and my cousin, we were talking about this And if you don't, you take what we're saying, you research it yourself, and you go ask the creator yourself. Because what we're saying is never absolute. It's a part of who you are and your journey. You take it for what it is, and then you move on and you eat the meat, spit out the bones. Okay. This is just what my cousin and I were talking about.
Yeah.
When it comes down to the inner God within you, because there's an inner God within you, we are all creators. We are all a reflection of the creator as a whole. The same power that Jesus Christ had, the same power that all of the other messiahs and or not just messiahs. Hey cousin, there's another cousin. I'm gonna have her in a minute. It's Lisa. Lisa on mama's side. So all of the things, all of the people that all of us have these wonderful aspects of these people, right? For me and for my cousin, we were brought up in the church. So we know that Jesus Christ is the blueprint of our lives. Hey cousin, he's the blueprint. He came and gave us what it says, he came to show us life and to have it more abundantly. And by giving that, right, biblical terms, it's showing us that everything that he did, we have the potentials to do it. We just have to unlock it within ourselves and believe within ourselves. When Peter was walking on the water, right? And as he was walking on the water, he had to focus on Christ himself and understanding that he can do the very things that Christ did. But at the same time, the moment that he lost focus on knowing that he can do the exact same thing that Christ did, he started to sink. Yep. He started to sink. And so when we were talking, he and I were talking, we were talking about the powers that all of us have that are locked within inside of us. But sometimes we're so afraid because of the dogma of a religion and the dogma of our society that we are unable to step into those things, because those things are the very things that's holding us back.
Yeah. And part of that dogma piece is that you're not enough. The biggest lie ever. I've been listening. I was listening to Billy Carson and Reverend Ike lately, like nurturing my spirit. And one of the things that showed up that supports what you're talking about is a couple things. One, in the Christian world, Jesus said, "These works and greater shall you do." He made it clear, like, yo, I'm just a model of what's possible. One of my guys from back in the day said, the Lord's Prayer is not "Our Father who art in heaven." That's not the Lord's Prayer. The Lord's Prayer is, "Father, I pray that they be one as we are." He wanted us to see the oneness we had with God. The woman with the issue of blood rocked me. She said, if I can touch the hem of his garment, I will be made whole. She didn't say, God, if it's your desire. She didn't say, Jesus, hey, Jesus, I need you to heal me. She said and made a determination within herself, the God within her, and declared, if I do this, this is what I'm getting. She didn't ask for permission. She didn't beg and plead. And Christ, according to the scripture, said, what just happened? Power left me. That's what's possible once you understand what resides within you that's there. That's why it's so important that the religious narrative is you need somebody else. You need a gateway. You need a savior. You don't need a savior. You're one with God. Let God leave, you won't be on this planet anymore. But they've buffered and layered so that you don't have access to the truth of who you are. And you're always handout. Maybe, hopefully, let me do this for you. Let me do that for you. When you are God, nature yourself. Which is why what she's talking about, why we have to unravel all of these things. Again, why I say just go ahead and get the hack and register, sign up, do a session with her so you can speed up time you've lost. That's all I'm saying. Speed up time you've lost. I need you on board. She needs you on board. Your family needs, there's a consciousness on the planet right now. We need you present. Everybody doesn't have to be, but those of us listening, We're now in the sphere of it, which means you need to be so we can frickin' transform this world. We can't be unconscious. We can't be playing the world rules to transform it so that we have the life we deserve. You weren't born to come be what someone says you're supposed to be. You're a representation of God on the planet, of the universe, of the Creator. That's what you are, not what you're becoming. That's what you are. But if you don't know it, you don't get to experience it. Go ahead, cuz.
I mean, everything you just said is the truth. And again, like I said, the God wave that we all have is the theta wave, and that's scientifically proven. That is your dream space. And the only place that you can dream is if you allow yourself to get connected to your spirit. That is also your intuition space. And the only way that you can be intuitive is by getting connected to your spirit. That is also the place where you learn. And so in order for you to learn, that space also needs to be activated. That also expands your mind. All of this knowledge can be downloaded to you from the creator of all things. When it comes down to the woman with the issue of blood, the reason why she was able to obtain that, and Precious said it in the comments, Lisa said it in the comments, my other cousin, the only way she was able to attain that is because she had tapped into her faith. And her faith was the part that made her whole. She had to acknowledge that I need to keep an open mind to the things that are happening around me and keep an open mind to the miracles that can happen for me. And once I can be that open mind, all I need to do is connect to a conduit, a person that's there. When two or more are gathered in his name, things change. And I'm paraphrasing that, but that's what it is. And so when it comes down to meeting me and having a session with me, the reality is you've already done the work. I'm just kind of cleaning up the missing pieces because you've already done it. I'm just your conduit. When you have a session with me, that part, that's it. That's it. And when you have a session with me, what ends up happening is I command things to happen. I don't ask. I don't hope. In my prayer, and I say it out loud. I command. It is commanded. Is the prayer that I state. Because I have that power and authority. Not only do I have that power and authority, all of us have that power and authority. When we ask for things, we can always ask for knowledge. That's what it says. Seek ye first, right? The kingdom of God. And all of these things will be added unto you. If you're seeking knowledge, then knowledge will come. If you ask for it, it will be given to you. But when it comes down to the things that you want and desire in your life, you have the power within yourself because you are connected to God through your theta wave to command what it is that you want and what you need. And it may take time. I got you, cousin. It may take time, but you commanded it because that is your right. When it comes down to your genes, the family members that are in your genes, I always tell you guys, ask them for help. Those are the ones you ask for. When it comes down to God, the creator, it's just like when you go down to your family, when you go to your father, your actual parents. And if you need something, you tell them, yo, I love y'all. I need help. I need this. That's when you go to your need and you command those needs to come down because that is the power that is found within you.
You ain't got to go off mute. I only got a second. I've been rattled this week, by the thought of Mary, the mother of Jesus. She said, hey, young fella, come here. I need to talk to you for a second. I got this party going on, and we don't have nothing but water left. I need some wine. Make that happen. Jesus was like, look, woman, it ain't my time. Mary walked away like, nigga, you better make this water. Oops, I'm sorry, I'm on TikTok. Sorry, I'm hood, y'all. I'm hood smart. I'm intelligent, but got a little ghetto in me. She said, she walked away like whatever, came back, there was wine. The point is, I love that the Christ said, it's not my time. And she was like, whatever. How do you get the Christ to do something outside of divine timing? You command it. You command it. The woman with issue of blood said, this is what's going to happen. I'm going to touch this cat. This is what's going to happen. She could have said, if I could just breathe his oxygen, she'd have been made whole. It's that awareness that you can command. And speaking to what you just talked about around command, that's what's really amped up in my life that much more. Because I've commanded love because I know how to wield that very easily, but I've been commanding money. I've been commanding opportunity lately. And this command piece is uniquely different than please, may I, in the right time, hope, okay, I'm waiting. Waiting? The Christ said the kingdom of heaven is at hand. Hold on, let me break it down. Life abundance is right now. Seek ye first the kingdom. What's the purpose? Why am I here? Well, when you're tapped in, tuned in, and turned on, you know. So you have the right to command so that the things that you're tuned in, tapped in, and turned on about can happen through you. That's the intention. For you to bring it in and deliver. It's not for you to hope for one day in the by and by, someday when you die. That's not living. That's not what it's supposed to be.
Unalive.
Unalive. TikTok, I'm so sorry. I'm trying.
No, I got you. No, I got you. That's why I got your back. You good. You good. I'm not saying it for you. I'm just saying it as a cover because, you know, TikTok be tripping.
That's there's so much more for you, and I know you're not used to having it. She's a conduit. So when do you want it? We help ourselves so we can be of service to others. Yes. Let me speak on that real quick. I agree. See, that's the beauty. You need to be full. You need to be whole. Let me tell you why. So that you have what you need. Because you're supposed to have what you need and more, right? And when you have what you need, you ain't mad at nobody else. You're not causing no confusion. You're not getting caught up in gossip, nor politics, nor culture. You live in purpose. But see, you need that wholeness, so then you have something to give to me, to NaKeesha, to your family, because we're interdependent. I have to be whole and abundant so I can give to you. Because if I'm not giving to you, then I'm taking from you. But I can only give to you after I'm whole. So I have to do the work so that I can have the peace, so that I have something to offer. The oak tree doesn't grow for the sake of the oak itself. It grows for its glory and beauty, but also to create shade for other animals and food for squirrels, etc., etc. We're interdependent, but we have to be in our fullness to be able to offer someone else. When that happens, when you understand that, you'll stop blaming other people for not giving you what you want. Instead, you'll know you have the ability to create it. One more thing, cousin. You talked about this earlier a little bit. You alluded to it. It stirred up in me. We've talked about this. You already have what you need. In the scriptures, Moses was in the woods, in the forest, and in the desert, kicking it. God's like, yo, I need you to go do something. He's like, what's up? He's like, I need you to go tell Pharaoh, let my people go. Go fulfill purpose. He's like, I stutter. What are you talking about? He's like, shut up. Let me give you the words to say. Quit whining. Okay. Well, he's got a whole army. I don't have nothing. He goes, what's in your hand? He said, a stick. God said, put it in the water. I don't care if it was a little river. I don't care if it was a big river. I don't care what it was. He took the stick that he had, a walking stick, and it was his miracle. It was his breakthrough. It was his provision. It was his guide. It was his protection. That's one example. David, another example. Goliath running around, killing people, whatever. David's like, yo, what's the reward? They're like, you get
Unaliving.
Unaliving. Ugh.
I got you. I do that. I do that because it's not you. It's I got your back. I got your back.
So he's going around like, what's the reward? They're like, yo, you get the king's daughter and you get no taxes. He's like, abundance and a bride? I'm in. They're like, okay, we got to suit you properly. First of all, how weird does it look for a grown man to suit a kid to go kill it? To unalive an enemy, to take over. How does that work? That doesn't even make sense. Like, we're gonna help you out. He's like, none of this stuff fits. It's not who I am. But here's what I know. I have a slingshot, and I once unalived a bear. I once unalived a lion. This is all I need. And as the story goes, he unalived Goliath. My point is this. Everything you need on the inside, you just got to open your eyes. A session with her helps you open your eyes, help you plug into what you already have that you've been overlooking. All the abundance that's happening in my life right now is a whole new level happening right now. are things I already had inside of me. They're not brand new. They're not brand new. They're gifts, skills, talents, accomplishments, milestones I've already accomplished. I've just re-envisioned them. I've been able to re-envision them because I see them differently now. And now they're my gateway to freedom. I'm trying to help you see that what you have in you, once you awaken, the rest is good. The rest is history. It's what it is.
It's easy. Once you know, and we get to the point where we're like, oh, we know ourselves, we know this about ourselves, and we do.
To a degree.
We know the core beliefs of ourselves as adults. We know that, but there's a lot of things that we don't. When it comes down, even when we do the live scans, when I look at your ancestors, and what I've noticed is when I look at your ancestors, many of you guys as ancestors, these are people that you don't even remember
Or never met.
or never met. And because of this, they're still locked in your DNA and you don't know them. So you don't really technically know yourself fully. If I can look at you and say, this person is here, and you're like, I don't know this person. But with time in our conversation, eventually that small memory of that person pops up because they've been stored in your subconscious.
It's good. It's good.
And it's all in purpose, it's all encompassing. Looking at your ancestors is part of it because we have to unlock that subconscious beliefs. We have to unlock those people that are there so you can know that they are there for you.
For you.
And not anybody else. They are there for you. That's it. It's all within you. The 62 people that lies within you, it's all within you. And each one of them holds some type of power that you still have yet to unlock.
Mm-hmm.
They have knowledge that they want to share with you, and they actually want to share it with you because they can, if you allow them to. Mm-hmm. They've lived lifetimes beyond lifetimes beyond lifetimes before you. Mm-hmm. So you can't honestly say you know yourself when you still haven't connected with the 62 people that are connected to you.
What you know is you on drugs from the food that we eat that has our
Wait. Not drugs. Not drugs. We got TikTok's so different. What? I don't know. Okay. Medication. Unlabeled medication.
In the foods, which has you in an altered state of who you are. See, the hood is the hood, not because people aren't smart. It's because they're deprived of the nutrients and the oxygen that helps them function the way they're supposed to. And that's why we get irate real quick. And when that's your life, it keeps you detached from the true nature of who you are. So the things she's talking about, not knowing yourself, that's real. Most of us say, I know me. The me that you know is a state of you that has been altered severely. I'm old enough to tell you about a commercial. It was a frying egg there was an egg and it would say, this is your brain. And then they would fry the egg and they would say, this is your brain on substance. You like that? Substance. But see, for us as children, they were showing us, the two are distinctly different and the egg will be fried, sitting there sizzling. Most of us in this country especially, we're sizzling. We're sizzling with substance inside of us that we don't even know what it is. And we don't have that connection with self because our state of consciousness has been significantly lowered. Significantly. That's why the work she does, the work that I do to help remove things out of the way so you can fully show up are so important. It's not hard. What's hard is transforming this. And that's why NaKeesha. That's why Black Cherokee One Tribe. Because they can help you hijack this back to the state it needs. Can I say hijack? It can help you.
You can say that.
Hijack back. It can help you make up lost time to get you back on track. That's what we're up to. And this is not theory. This is fact. This is science. This is history. This is proof. All easily proven. The hard work, according to the scripture, and now I see it in modern day, is to believe. So many people fight for their limitations. No, that can't be true. That don't match my religion. That's not possible for me. Oh, it's the white people. Oh, it's the black people. Oh, it's the Latinos and the
White
immigrants.
tea.
Oh God, Jesus.
Hey, cousin, I've been on here for almost 3 years, so I got you.
I'm good, man. You go ahead. You gonna have to go beep, 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 beep with me. Anyway,
Do you? I got you.
yeah, my point is that so many of us have blinders on and we don't know. I'm not acting like I'm the all knowing. I'm just aware that there is an impact that many of us don't see because it's part of the system to keep us asleep. I'm not woke, although woke is a very positive term when you go research it. I am someone who's just living his purpose. And that's why I'm so passionate about it. My children have to live in this world. I have to live in this world. Your children have to live in this world. And it does us no good to be on opposing sides of anyone. It does us no good. But we will be unless we help each other or be healing on the planet so that others can find their way there. That's what makes her work so beautiful. It's actually pretty fascinating to me that all the pain you went over the last several years has become your work. It's so fascinating. It's so fascinating. And I'm very happy.
Cousin, sorry, go ahead. I'm listening. I gotta get some water.
Take your time. Yeah, I mean, you guys who follow her, okay, she going now, let's talk some trash. Okay, so here's what, no, I'm just kidding. Her pain I'll come back and say that for her, but her pain over the last several years, leading her to a place of healing, a place of awareness of her own gifts, skills, and talents, which is now creating, oh, she's back. Shh, don't tell her I said it. Her gifts, skills, and talents to transform others now and live off of it. Man, that's how it's supposed to be. That's how it's supposed to be for all of us. And this is why you do the work. So you stop playing the game. The game is there to keep us entangled. We don't need no more entanglements. Go and live your life for real, for real. Go ahead, cuz.
No, so this was a really interesting conversation because I remember I was walking trying to find us a place, right? Me and Nova a place, and we were on the phone, and my cousin had asked me, he was like, "Cuz, how are you going to turn your business around when what you've been showing people has been that you're in shambles? How are you going to turn this to a space where it's going to empower people? Like, what is your plan? Because right now, it looks like you are failing. It looks like you are failing." You remember that conversation, cousin?
Absolutely.
And I told him, I was like, it's that's how I want it to be. I didn't plan it that way, but I wanted it to be that way because at the end of the day, I know that people are going to need to see my story first before they can actually believe what I'm doing. There's no way I can be relatable if y'all don't know that I lost my house last year. I got kicked out of my freaking home last year. And this is not the first time that has happened to me. This is the fourth time this has happened to me. And it isn't because of my own mental state of, oh, well, I just can't keep a job. All the jobs that I've ever worked in, I've stayed with them over 5 years. Okay, so I have stability, but it's the fact of me trying to find the missing pieces to get the life that I desire. I'm gonna tell you this now. I enjoy doing this. I enjoy helping people. I enjoy having a little piece of money so I can buy my son a Halloween costume. I enjoy having a little piece of money so I could pay for this dang on weekly that I'm staying in. And y'all know this. I'm not higher than anybody. I don't have my house quite yet. It's coming. It's here. I just got to see it. You know what I'm saying? I got to see it. I see it in my mind's mind, but it's coming. And along the way, and that's why I was telling my cousin, along the way is my whole entire concept. Alexander, you're too loud. Along the way has been my entire concept. I want people to see my journey because I want people to know I see you. I know that space in which you are in. I might not be able to fully relate, but I know those feelings. I know that you're believing for something, but at some point we have to transition those thoughts into knowing it. Knowing it. I know I have my house. I don't see it yet, but I know I have my house.
You
I
gotta start
know.
seeing it.
No, I see it. That's what I'm saying. Like, it hasn't come physically at this second, but I know I have it. I know I have my car. I know that my business is flourishing. I know. I don't believe it. I don't hope it. That I'm past that now.
Exactly.
And at some point, we have to be past that. Even with you, Sun V, I saw that you said, "Me too. I was homeless and all." Even in our homelessness, even in our transition state,
That's
what are you
awesome.
doing to move forward?
Yeah.
Are you allowing life to keep you stagnant?
Yep.
Losing my mom took a whole mental state on me.
Mm-hmm.
Okay. And I
Mm-hmm.
had to realize that I was becoming stagnant. And that's not what my mom wants.
Mm-hmm.
Never.
Mm-hmm.
We have to get past our situations. We literally have to start thinking past our situations. That
Mm-hmm.
part, that's what I love. I'm buying me a house next year. Done. Done. And our I am statements are the very things that make us who we are today.
That's right. That,
I am great. I am amazing. I have. I do.
let me tell you. If I
You
don't go
got it.
nowhere, stay right there. You don't believe I am statements work? Listen to the I ams you've been telling yourself when you didn't have what you wanted. I'm tired of this. I'm sick of this. I'm angry. I'm depressed. I can't believe. Oh, they work. Because they're life. Not the words, the knowing, the stimulation from within you changes things in an instant. I'm living it. I'm watching it. And I'm going, that's the difference? That little shift? That's it? And commanding versus praying, hoping, and believing? That's all I got. I mean, I got a lot more, but like, I want y'all to understand what she's talking about is that focused. And come on, cuz the difference between a flashlight and a laser. First of all, a flashlight is a good thing. We need a flashlight because flashlights help us see a space. But the difference between a flashlight and a laser is that if you take that flashlight and you focus it, 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 and you focus, it becomes a laser so sharp that it can cut out cancer. The same light.
The C word. I know. I know.
Okay, but here's what's beautiful. Here's what's beautiful. I heard it this morning. The flashlight, beautiful, becomes a laser surgery. And when you focus the flashlight, it becomes frequency. And nothing beats frequency. Nothing beats frequency because the laser is firm frequency. The light is firm frequency. Frequency is the highest source of energy. Come on. I know you got something. I see it on your face.
Oh, because this was what we were talking about, I think last Tuesday or 2 Tuesdays ago, how
Right?
frequencies are always being played, and how we were talking about the hobno horn antenna. I told you about that hobno horn antenna. We'll talk about it. But the ones who were here, we were talking about the hobno horn antenna, and what it does is it plays back the original sound. It's no longer in commission right now, but it has the original bang. It says that the original bang is still in the airwaves, and it picked up that sound. And so what we were saying was, yeah. So what we were saying was that at some point, once we release those things that have been holding us back, and that's what happens when you have your session with me. Once we release those things that are holding us back, what ends up happening is you elevate yourself to that frequency, that God wave, that theta wave will be actively, like always active. That way you can connect with the frequency of the original bang, which is the sound of the creator. If you were there, you know, right? And that frequency, you line up with it, and all the things that you desire and everything that you can ask for will be aligned for you and given to you with ease and ebb and flow. Okay,
Let me
so
tell you what.
Metacall says the energy is
Go ahead.
intention. Go ahead. No,
No, ease, ebb, and
energy is
flow.
energy and intention.
The reason why it's gonna be energy, ease, ebb, and flow is because that's how the creators wanted it for you the entire time. Don't make it hard to believe that's gonna be easy, ebb, and flow. In the Christian faith, it says, "My yoke is easy, my burden is light." It didn't say hard work. That's your mind conditioning. Ease and flow when you align with the purpose that's coming from you, the frequency. Keep going, cuz this is why they have to connect.
I'm just reading all of these. I'm going to meditate under the tree. Get it, girl. And soak up the sun and focus on this conversation as you should. Welcome in, everybody. Welcome in, drive by. Hey, Harriet. Hey, Keita. What's up, y'all? All right. And then Meta, he says, come on. Let me do it like he does. Come on. Be in that playful, childlike state. 100%.
Real
You
talk.
like that, Meta?
Real
T and
talk.
Meta, they found everybody up in here. We found in the club. We found all of us. We found.
That's what's up. Yeah, I just want it for you. But that's because that's my purpose. Because I know what's on the other side for you. The context, the abundance, the love, the healing, the freedom, the passion, the hope. What you do in other people's lives that transform them, which then feels you differently. Man, there's so much that's just bursting, wanting to come, but it has to come through us. It has to come through us. Otherwise, the ancestors will have to wait and you'll just join them for the next generation. And why? There's no reason. There's no reason it has to be that way. You just got to fall in line and open up again. That's all. And she helps. Like I showed you earlier, she helps you plug in. And that will save you time. And if you find it another way, that's cool too. Just do it, please.
Absolutely.
It's the life you need, you desire, and you deserve. But you won't get it working hard. You won't get it going around, I know I deserve, I'm a queen, I'm a king. Empty words. Empty words. Empty because they come with no power. Write letters, write organization of letters, but with no power. None. 95% of us live with zero Z nada power. We say the right stuff, but we look around, ain't nothing happening. Oh, I had to look at my life too. Oh yeah, when I say some stuff, if it ain't happening, what's going on that my words aren't creating? What's going on the inside of me? Oh yeah, I've had to do my homework. Oh, I've had to do work in me because I was saying some things that I meant and they found their way through, but a whole lot didn't. And I was like, well, what's going on? God, why didn't you? I don't understand. My heart was right. Yeah, bro, but you weren't present to who you are in a knowing state. Therefore, the unction was present, but it got short-circuited because you weren't fully plugged in. Had nothing to do with God. Had everything to do with
We
me,
both had that conversation.
connection.
Yeah. That was our conversation this time last year. Remember?
I don't remember
That
right
was
now.
that was our conversation around this time all the way to the end of the year. My cousin and I were both going through very similar situations.
Oh,
And
now.
we were sitting here and we were wondering, we were like, God, how come, we both were like, God, how come you haven't done this when we've done everything that we were supposed to do? How come we're giving light, we're showing light, we're being these people, and now we're stuck in a space where it's so hard to just stay here on this earth.
Yeah.
I'm just being honest, and I'm not trying to share all the business, but I want people to understand, like, this is what we both went through at the same time.
Yeah.
Mommy.
It's not easy.
No, it was super difficult. And what I learned is the hard part was my belief, because it wasn't that crossing over was hard. No, it was me being willing to let go and hold on to truth. This is what I talked about at the very beginning. Most of our truth is unfounded and cultured. Therefore, it's not truth at all. But we operate according to it all out here. We're just out here just doing stuff, talking about we believe. That's what I'm talking about, the emptiness and that emptiness. What's different and beautifully unique is that you just reminded me of last year. And now this year, we're both in the knowing. And it's a very different experience of living life. Oh man, it's a very different experience. The knowing is a different state. The commanding is a different power. It changes everything. And while I was doing okay, last year I had a season where I was not doing good. Emotionally, mentally.
We had the same season, just different ways.
Yep. And as I started coming out of that, things got better, clearer, and I started opening, letting go of, well, I don't know what true is. I thought I knew. I don't know what it is, but I realized what I was doing ain't true, and it's not helping me. So I went back into, let me just be open. And now I'm starting to fine tune again. Oh, I know. And I'm operate from the knowing, not the circumstance, the knowing. And operating from the knowing is vastly different than operating from belief, assumption, or experience, because circumstances are always subject to change. Right now, I'm in Chicago. The wind is hollowing like crazy. Things are moving in ways they don't normally move. Things are bending. Trees are bending. Trains are wobbling while they go because the wind's so strong. But guess what? That wind's not going to last all day. And even if it did, it'd be gone by tomorrow. The wind is a circumstance. The rain is a circumstance. The darkness is a circumstance. Homeless is not a state of who you are. It's a circumstance. Troubled marriage, troubled relationship is just a circumstance. Sickness is just a circumstance. All of which can be altered when command and truth come into the room. And this is what she's inviting you to. This is what I try to nudge people towards. It's just a circumstance. Your circumstance does not define you at all. And it can change in a moment, because a lot can happen in a day. The only question is, what day are you going to choose? I was listening to Reverend Ike. He said, someday, people talk about someday all the time. He says, it's funny, I can't find someday. He said, I heard of Monday, Tuesday, Wednesday, Thursday, Friday, Saturday, and Sunday, but I ain't never heard of someday. And too many of us are looking for someday, when the power is in you now to transform your experience. But you have to move into the knowing. And if you don't know how, that's what she helps you do. It's what it is. Go ahead, cuz. It's what it is.
That's it. I don't, yeah.
That goes back to about Mary. Mary's like, I need some wine. Not someday, bro. Not when you ready, now. The one with the issue of blood. Now. The man in Bethesda at the side of the pool. Y'all throw me in this water so I can get what I need. The dude that walked up, yo, I'm blind, need some help. He spit in the mud and said, here, fine. According to your faith, I can see. The point is that this stuff ain't supernatural. It's natural. We've just been disassociated.
Lazarus, the same thing.
Yeah, he was stinky dead. I'm sorry.
On a lie. But yeah, but Lazarus was the same thing. The people were like, you need to hurry up and get here. And he was like, I got other things to do. I'm going to be on my way. And they were like, no, you need to hurry up and get here. Now that in its essence is like if something has been unalived in your life, and I'm just getting this now. If something has been unalived in your life, it's going to take some time to revive it. So you can't go in thinking that something's going to happen at this very moment when it's been unalived in your life this entire time. You can't. You can't. No, wait. There's a point. Yes, you can't argue it because that's what we're here for. But what I'm saying is that there are some things that has been in our lives that we have put on the back burner, and we can't expect it to come to fruition like a microwave. We can't expect that. We got to give ourselves that time in order to rebuild and to rethink, but also keep pressing forward. And no matter what happens, if you press forward, that unalive thing that's been in your life can now be alive. It's just, you just need to give yourself time. That's where I'm going with that. You need to give yourself the grace, because a lot of times we have these popcorn manifestations that pop up in our little live and in our little FYPs. And if we're on the other app, we have these manifestations, like they have these, oh, this happens within like 2 seconds.
What's the FYP?
Hey, that's my FYP. That's your For You page, when you're scrolling on TikTok. The things that the algorithm. You have to give yourself the opportunity of knowing that there is a distinction between two things. Things happen instantaneously, and then you also have to give yourself the grace and knowing that some things are going to take time. With what my cousin and I are building right now, we understand now that it's not happening instantly, but the very things that we've been working for, the very things that we've been striving for all of these years is now at the point where it's coming to fruition. And it took time because we had to get past the dead things that are in our lives in order for us to be here today. The unalive things. We actually had to unalive last year in order for us to be here today.
Yeah. So what you're saying is true. It's both. It's both, because he was kicking it like, yeah, I'll get to Lazarus, don't worry about it. And then when he went, it was done, right? Some things in your session with Keisha, it's gonna happen like that. The main thing that's gonna happen like that is the lights will finally come on. And other things will take time. But because the lights are on, the struggle won't be the same. It's just going to take time. Versus, I tried to lose weight. I tried to work out. It just didn't work for me. See, the lights weren't on. That was efforting. I'm going to work at it. That's different. Once the lights come on, then you're committed no matter what. And Goethe's quote says, at the point of decision, until one is committed, all things will essentially fail, paraphrasing. But at the point one is committed, providence moves on one's behalf. Let me break that down for you. God will move on your behalf. All of the universe will work with you at the point of commitment. Not words, commitment. And unforeseen opportunities and ideas and resources will make themselves available to you to carry it out at the point of decision, at the point of commitment. That would have otherwise not have occurred, except the point of commitment. It said boldness has genius in it. Start now. It's the commitment followed with action that transforms, and the stuff starts happening, which makes the journey easier, because your only job is not to work hard. It's to believe, to believe, to believe. And when you're believing, the clarity of what you need to be, unquote, doing will manifest. I didn't say lay on the couch and eat bonbons. You're going to do something. But the doing won't be hard because you'll be doing in the state of who you are. So we'll take commitment, but it's different. It's like those days when you're working on something that you love and you forget to eat. Oh my God, I forgot to eat. That's because you were so engaged in the activity that you were in. And all of a sudden it wasn't a priority. That's what it's like when you start to operate from the state of who you really are and pursue those things from a space when the lights are on. When the lights are on, everything changes. And cousin, I am so freaking happy the lights are on. It makes this journey so much easier. Last year, I was like, I don't understand. This year, I'm like, what? Hold on. Are you kidding me? Oh, I command, and boom. What up, homie? I see you, cuz. I'm sorry, y'all. We had to act up a little bit. As family, that's what we do. And it's possible for you. You just have to be willing to believe something different, to be willing to let go of your religion, to be willing to let go of your beliefs, to be willing to let go of your culture, to be willing to let go of your people, to stop blaming somebody else and take personal responsibility for where you are and personal responsibility for the next step. I have a phrase that I use with my clients: correct and continue. Don't wallow. Don't stay in it. Oh, I made a mistake and now it's going to lead to another mistake and now another mistake and now we formed a habit again. No, no. At the point you realize, correct and continue so that you can get about your life. That's all I want for you. I'm good.
That's it. I think, are you good? You have any more to say? We're good? All right. Well, thank you for coming, cousin. I greatly appreciate it. And y'all, please make sure you follow my cousin. He's an amazing person.
Follow me on TikTok, Instagram.
IG, the long form app. We have to be creative. The thumbs up app. Yep.
What I miss?
The thumbs up app.
The thumbs up app.
The long form app. The long form.
The heart app.
Yep.
The long form. I like that. The long form.
The long form app.
The job application app.
That part. He everywhere, y'all.
Listen, I'm about to release a water supplement that will transform your body in a matter of a couple of weeks. That is a whole food based thing. That is not a diuretic. Stay tuned. It's coming real soon.
I need it already because I'm looking at my little area, and I'm like,
come in the mail for you, baby. It'll be there tomorrow.
I so appreciate it. I love it because he's also a health and wellness. He's a health and wellness coach as well. When it comes down to
being a nutritionist, I get results. That's what I do. I don't practice. I don't get results. I've been doing it for 15 years. I get results.
So health and wellness runs deep in our family. So please make sure you follow him. He does a 15 pounds in 30-day challenge. If you're looking on, getting your body back, he's the body form of what we do. Hey, Sharita, he's the body form. Yes.
Isha Free shows up. Isha Free is
man. I can't wait. Isha Free is our baby cousin. She's an adult now, but we still call her baby cousin. She grown. Hey, boo. She is the medical person in our family, but she's also a health and wellness person. On the Hayes side, we all about health and wellness. That's what we do.
Isha has 4 babies. She got 4 sons walking around. One daughter now? Daughter, that's right. The last one was a daughter, right? Walking around modeling, bikini modeling. Like what? Say something to me. So, yeah, it's a lot of fun because this was cool.
Yeah, I enjoyed it. You want to do it again later? Like we don't have to do it once a week or nothing like that, but whenever you're free, we'll knock it out.
We're gonna talk anyway. The only difference is
regardless.
I'm not gonna not call you till next month. Well, hold on.
That part. Hey, wait. Next month is tomorrow. So I guess I won't be hearing from you until next month, cousin.
It's been fun. It's been fun. Hey, those of you who tuned in, thanks so much. It's been my pleasure to connect with you, Keish. I love you.
I love you too. One thing, did you get a chance to record this?
I don't know. No, I probably did not.
Okay, so
I have a camera here.
So you're recording in there.
And I need you on camera.
Okay, so
copy. Final Cut Pro will synchronize all of it.
Final Cut Pro?
will synchronize all the cameras and the audio.
Wait a minute. Hold on. Okay, hold on. I done got excited. Hold on. Okay, hold on. Let's work this out because I need this for all the other stuff too that I'm doing. Okay, so
You have a
I need
Mac or PC?
no. So I can download this to. Can I download this to YouTube? Send you the private link, and you can cut it from there. All right.
Well, you probably won't be able to have it private. You probably have to have it live. I'll grab a YouTube video downloader, strip it, then you can make it private. I'll have the video with the audio. I'll import it with all the other cameras, synchronize it with the audio. Hopefully, this audio is good for me. Hopefully, your audio is good. The TikTok audio, that'll probably be the primary audio. I know this is good. Oh, your mic is good. Ooh, I'm gonna strip your mic and strip my mic, merge them, and make it all synchronized real beautifully. And it's gonna be really nice.
I got me an audio person up here. Look at that audio engineering. I already know. I'm like, cousin, can you do this? Can you do this? Can you do this for this one? Can you do this for this one too?
She's like, I can't.
But wait, but cousin, didn't I change your life though? Didn't I change your life?
I know, right?
That part.
If they really saw us and how we really talk, one day we might have to do that for real.
Yeah, I know, right? But I greatly appreciate you, cousin, and I love you dearly. And thank you. That part. Love you, baby.
Bye.
Bye. All right. Thank you all for coming. I hope you guys enjoyed getting a chance to know one of my family members that I be on the phone with who be keeping. I'm going to call you in just a second when I get off of here. That keeps me in line. And also we keep each other in line. So that's one of my faves, man. I'm just going to say it's one of my faves. Well, all my cousins are my favorite. But this is the one that I lean on the most. He's dynamic to me. So I really hope you guys enjoyed this live. I hope it was empowering and impactful, and I hope that it changed some type of outlook in your life in general, and to also to let you know that you're not alone, in these mental states that we have to go through in our lives. But yeah. So with that being said, thank you guys so much for joining this live. Thank you guys so much for spending your time with me and spending your time with my cousin and having this whole family affair. I might have to ask another cousin to come up here because I got plenty. But as I always say, your time is the most valuable thing that you could never, ever, ever, ever get back. And so I really appreciate that you guys spent your time with me. It means more than the world to me. And join us again on Saturday, because tonight, me and the kid, we going to go get some treats out here in these streets. I'll make sure that I show you guys a video of us and transforming and all that fun. It's going to be fun. But join us again on Saturday with Soul of a Man for Soul Tribe Saturday. And then also on Sunday, because of Meta and T, they shared with me that we should do a soul cookout. So we gonna knock that on out too. So I won't be back on here today. So enjoy your day, enjoy your family, enjoy your freedom, enjoy your life to the fullest and the most abundant way possible. As always, we are here for your mind, body, and soul. Black Cherokee. I'm NaKeesha, One Tribe.